So what's new?
That's a really good question. I got stuck in one of my can't get thought out of my head sessions about the ending of Masters of the Universe that you weren't even here for. Like, I have this big, long realization of how much the ending of that up everything. But, like, I'd have to, like, get into great detail explaining the ending of a movie that wasn't.
Right.
Just keep getting implication concepts in my head, like, wait, does that mean? Wait, does that mean? Wait, does that mean? And then suddenly I realized, like, that whole universe, multiverse, in that movie, kind of.
I will admit that I have been enjoying the fact that I get a few references to stuff that happened in Marvel movies now.
Welcome to society, I guess.
Yeah, it's like oh, I get to participate in the culture of the common folk, like slightly. So that's nice.
I've kind of had the opposite problem for about 4 years.
You get too much and nobody knows.
Whenever I hear someone reference Godzilla, there's almost something wrong with it every time.
That's also true. I've noticed that.
And, like, there's the part of me that really, really wants to correct them, and there's another part of me that's like, they're better off not knowing ins and outs of Godzilla lore. Lores. Multiple lores.
Right. I mean, editor, whoever edits this, probably Dracofunk, but not necessarily because it's a game and not a movie. I have to remove this part, but I did totally like by it's about Godzilla -1. So you can cut back in now, editor, but Godzilla has made a positive impact in my professional life.
Godzilla has made a positive impact in my professional life, and by that I mean I know what I want to picture smashing people's heads in as they talk to me.
I thought you were going to say, and by that I mean now I know what I want to be when I grow up.
Finally, I know what I want to be when I grow up.
When I grow up to 200 feet tall and my skin turns green.
I thought I wanted to be a stegosaurus when I was younger, but it turns out what I really wanted was the bipedal stegosaurus that shoots atomic breath.
I was about to say, like, an argument could be made that he's pretty close to a stegosaurus.
But he doesn't have the
Thagomizer.
Thagomizer.
Yeah. That's true.
I think Godzilla with a Thagomizer would be a game changer.
I think that would be... I
just realized that could have been the line that Scrodrick came in on, and it had to be it.
I don't know what's happening,
but I was telling Vomit how Godzilla has made a measurable positive impact in my professional life in the past few months, through means that I can't repeat on the recording. But yeah, and we just went from there.
Oh, I mean, like, I didn't even have a chance to tell you guys, like, I had a coworker that, I don't know, she's probably in her early... Well, she's in her mid-30s, I guess, but she looks like she's, like, 23. She's one of those that has aged very gracefully. But she has a son that's, like, 11, 12.
Okay.
And... like, I mentioned something about Godzilla. I don't remember what remark I made. And she's like, oh, my son really loves those. I watch them with him. And, you know, like, and then we got this big conversation. And I was like, yeah, like, you need to watch, like, you need to watch Godzilla -1. And she's like, oh, and, like, she starts looking it up. And she's like, this looks really cool. And I was like, wow, I did not expect to have a conversation about Godzilla tonight. But it was pretty great.
I mean, and I think it's like it's one of those like breakout movies from a franchise, you know, like it's on its own a good movie. I really do think so.
Cutting completely 180 from good movies, because you're here now, Scrodrick, and I can kind of start the rant. I've had Masters of the Universe movies stuck in my head all day. I keep thinking about the ending.
Okay.
About how after they send Courtney Cox and Tom Paris back, they just casually send them back in time. And I keep thinking about the fact that most of the movie couldn't happen. They
Times were tough, so I sold my soul. And I don't think I'll ever regain control. Devil looked me in the eye, now I look the other way. What else could I do? I just stared at the doorway and knew I'd rather be drunk with you. I'd rather be drunk, but I'm caught out.
Hey, Internet, Hwy47. I feel like a game. It's not a movie. I didn't really think of an intro. Hey, we're playing a game tonight. I'm Shaggy B with Scrodrick.
Hi, I'm here and don't know what's happening. It's great.
That's right. And rarely knowing what's happening is Vomit.
Who?
That's right. And yeah, we're gonna try out a little bit of dice rolling dungeoneering stuff, but we're not playing Dungeons and Dragons like your common normal folk. We're playing Dungeon Crawl Classics, which is a game that I found a couple years ago, around the time when Wizards of the Coast went all weird about licensing for the Open D20 stuff. If you don't know what I'm talking about, it's
Don't worry, it's not the most offensive thing Wizards of the Coast have done. They didn't send the Pickertons after anybody this time.
That's a good point. I was going to say it's probably a too complicated to list here and B, too boring to talk about. But suffice to say, I was looking for alternative tabletop role-playing games, and I found this one, and it looks interesting. And I've been wanting to try it since. So we didn't have a movie picked out, and I said, hey, why don't we try this? So we're going to try it. So yeah, Dungeon Crawl Classics RPG is similar to Dungeons and Dragons in a lot of ways. There are some variations on the rules, which we'll get into in a bit. But the big part, and the reason that I think it's perfect for our channel to start, is the way you create characters. So we're just going to jump right in, because why not? You create characters at random. Everything is randomly generated. And then, once you've created a set of characters, the game recommends 3 or 4. I'm going to have you guys do 4. Then you run something called a level 0 funnel, where we take your random characters and basically send them into a meat grinder. And if anybody survives, or whoever survives, that becomes your level 1 character. So this isn't a game where you spend huge amounts of time and thought and effort and creativity and write backstories and stuff. You just start with random generation. They get pulverized, and whoever comes out at the end, you can keep playing with at level 1. And I think that sounds great for us. So, we could go through all of the dice rolling. If you would like to, I'm fine with that. It'll take a while. Or there is a helpful website which will randomly generate character sheets with 4 characters each at level 0 for you.
I'm definitely in the column B.
I figured.
And not
Scrodrick, you
just
too?
because I don't have my dice on me.
Yeah, because yeah.
All right, well, yeah, okay, well, I'm going to send you a link in the chat, and I want you to open that link. I don't want you to change any of the options, and I want you to click the button that says Bring Out Your Dead, and you should get a PDF with 4 character sheets on it. And then, if you would, please save that PDF, send me a copy, and then keep it open, because these are going to be your characters that we start the game with. And then we'll go through what characters you've got. You can talk about them. You can name them, and then we're going to start killing them. So
Just like mommy intended.
absolutely, the ethos of this game while you're doing that process is, well, for one, it's don't get attached to your characters. Past level 0, your guys are a little more robust, and then you kind of play the rest of the game from level 1 on like you would like a traditional RPG. But still, even then, with all of that, it's still like pretty perilous to be a character in this game. And I really like that, because I know my tendency, and sometimes a lot of players I play with in other RPGs and D&D and so on, the tendency is to get so invested in your character that when something bad happens to them, if they like get nerfed in some way or get killed, it sucks and it's demotivating. But if you go into it kind of knowing that everybody could die at any moment, I think that sounds a lot more fun in the long run. So
I don't know what you're talking about. The last D&D game I played, I killed my character halfway through.
was that the one that you and Dracofunk and I played?
Yes, that never went up.
Oh, it never went up.
I never saw it go up. I jumped a boulder onto ball bearings that you put out.
Yep.
Fell off the side of a cliff and died.
Yep.
I'll like he lived. Stupid.
Oh man, I hope I get the confidence artist with the large sack and the resist temptation lucky sign.
That's actually awesome. Well, I'll tell you what. Why don't we alternate? Why don't you guys go, like, we'll do like one at a time, and each of you can tell us about your 4 characters. If you want to give them a name, go ahead. You might want like a scratch pad to write their names down on or something. But of course you can keep the character sheets. So yeah, Vomit, you want to go first? Pick a character and tell us about him.
My first character is an outlaw who I have named Jude Outlaw.
All right. Perfect.
I was like, man, that's offensive. Oh, wait.
It took me a second, too. I was like, hey, Jude. Oh, wait. Jude Law. Okay.
Is it like I was in the name section? I was like, type the first name you think of. And then, oh, Jude Law. No.
Is it
He's
fillable?
not a law.
Oh, nice. Okay, cool.
He's got numbers. I don't know. He seems like he's got personality.
Yeah, I'll talk about some of the numbers in a minute. The one that really kind of matters and makes a difference for now is luck, but we'll talk about that in a little bit once we get through the characters.
Okay. And he's only got like leather armor, so he doesn't seem too exciting.
Nah. That actually, I kind of wonder real quick if that affects your AC. It might. I'm looking at a chart here. It's not. Armor is not on the level 0 chart. I'm just gonna real quick. Oh, that's not. That's. Why is it? Okay, hang on. Armor. Ability score modifiers. Well, anyway, I'll find this. Scrodrick, do you want to go ahead and tell us about one of your guys? Oh,
okay, well, I already started on Mr. Confidence Artist, which I haven't come up with a name yet. I'm not as good at this as you guys are, but
that's okay.
It's kind of funny. Confidence Artist, lucky sign, resist temptation, starts with like a quality cloak and a large sack, and speaks common, but like his agility is down, personality is down, luck is down, reflexes are down, and will is down, and intelligence is down. Oh, no, initiative's down. I'm sorry.
Initiative's down. Okay. Yeah, because his agility is low. Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah. So okay, he's very confident, but he kind of is going to get smacked. I don't know if he's going to survive this. Like now that I'm looking at this,
most of these guys probably won't survive. The good news is though, if they all die, you can just make some more.
yeah. But hopefully his confidence pulls him through. But I'm not too
awesome.
Not too hopeful.
Vomit, real quick. Your leather armor on that guy gives you a +2 to AC, so your AC is 12 instead of 10. I'm just going to note that here.
Yeah, I did too.
Okay, great. All right. Your turn, Vomit, to give us a character description.
My next guy here is the armorer, Bull Thronglin.
Bull Thronglin?
Thronglin. Thronglin.
Bull. THR.
THRONGLIN.
Bull Thronglin. All right,
Bull
got him.
Thronglin. He is not very strong at all.
Well, that's why he needs the armor. Oh my god, he has a strength of 5. Oh god, that sucks. All right.
Do not doubt, Bull.
He has to swing his hammer like 1,000 times to make a mark in something.
Well, that's going to be a -2 to his attack. So like, I'll do you.
Yeah. His attack is 1d4 minus 2. He does negative damage.
he can do negative damage. Awesome.
My favorite.
Please stop attacking.
My second favorite thing here is that one of his equipment is just a candle.
Just a candle.
His lucky sign is birdsong.
Perfect.
Number of languages -1. Is that because of luck or?
That's because of his lucky sign. It has a certain effect.
Oh, okay.
And you have to have common, I think. So,
Yeah.
But
I forgot to mention that Jude Outlaw speaks Hobgoblin.
Of course he does. Why wouldn't he? Oh, that's awesome. Okay, and these are guys. Okay, something to note here, kind of before we go. Let me actually glance here. Okay, yeah, all of your characters look like they're all humans. Yeah,
I didn't even see a place for that to change.
Yeah, well, like this game follows the original the original D&D rules, where humans are like by far the most common people, and races and classes are the same thing to a degree. Like you can be like, if you're a human, you can be a fighter or a cleric or a thief or whatever. But if you are a dwarf, your class is dwarf. If you're a halfling, your class is halfling.
Oh, okay.
I think something kind of like that. So, yeah. So, but yeah. So if it doesn't say anything, he's just a human. So
yeah, I'm feeling good about Bill. Or Bull.
Bull
Thronglin. Bill Thronglin.
Bill Thronglin. All right, Scrodrick, who's your second guy? Or girl?
Well, I have a dwarven chest maker, so
Cool. So you've got a dwarf?
I guess.
Sure.
Unless it's a human that makes dwarven chests. Like,
no, I think that would actually be a dwarf. Let me check the occupation table, because normally to choose an occupation you would roll a D100 and there's this gigantic table for it. Nope, that's in the section of the table that are all the dwarves. So yeah, there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 different dwarven occupations. So yeah, that's a dwarf.
Okay, so dwarven chest maker named D Money.
D Money, perfect.
Actually, it's like
D dash
dollar sign.
D dash dollar sign. $1 sign or like 3.
9.
Okay. Perfect.
I mean, we don't know. Like, maybe as time goes on, we can add more.
Okay, yeah.
If he survives.
Every chest I sell, I add a $1 sign to my name. You've
fall-
only got $1 sign in your name.
Shut up.
I mean that he's got a holy symbol worth 25 gold. So I mean, maybe he wears that on a chain,
Yeah.
And it's like
he's
huge.
got 10 pounds of wood.
Yeah, man. Perfect.
Suddenly I'm jealous.
Yeah, it's got infravision and survived a spider bite, so he gets +0 to his saving throws against poison. But he has to tell you about it every time. He's like, every time he gets bit by something poisonous, he's like, "Don't worry, I survived a spider bite."
He's like, I'm basically Spider-Man, but like he's not in any way.
But his strength is only surpassed by his intelligence.
Yeah, absolutely.
But he's also kind of slow, like speed slow, not slow.
I think dwarven racial trait is they don't walk as fast. Infravision, by the way, is like dark vision. He can see in the dark. So okay,
infrared. Yes.
Yeah. Right. Yeah, just basically. And a lot of these things, and they do this on purpose in Dungeon Crawl Classics, is a lot of these things are kind of loosely designed so that it's up to interpretation by the, in this game, it's not called like the Game Master, they're called the Judge. So
Game Master. Okay.
Game, yeah. Or like Dungeon Master, yeah, like the person running the game, which in this case is me.
I keep mishearing things, so I don't know what's wrong with me today.
I might not be talking clearly either.
No, it's fine. It's me.
Cool. All right, character number 3, Vomit.
Howard the dock worker.
Yes. Howard
the dock worker. He's very agile.
Perfect.
Not much fortitude. And he has one late RPG book in his starting equipment, and I don't know what that means, and I'm scared.
I don't know what that means either.
Like, did he steal it from the library? What's going on here?
I guess. I don't know. Is that in the...
His lucky sign was struck by lightning, which is also terrifying.
Yes. So lucky, yes. RPG. Searching the quick start rules reveals nothing for RPG. Let me check the big rule book. I'm going to try to stick to... Nope, not in the big rule book either. Oh, wait. No. Okay, that's like the credits. Okay, well, he has a book about tabletop games in his inventory.
With one late. Why is it late?
I don't know.
I don't know.
We'll
I guess we'll find out together.
I guess, yeah. I love that I love that reflex saving throw -1 because of being struck by lightning, but he still has an agility of 17.
Yeah.
So he can jump around and do flips and stuff, but he just reacts slowly because he was struck by lightning and got brain damage. I love that.
Howard the dock worker.
Howard the dock worker. Perfect. All right, Scrodrick, character 3.
All right, we're gonna call this guy Steve Satan.
Steve Satan.
He's a tax collector.
So perfect.
He was raised by wolves, so that's where he got his, cutthroat nature from. He only speaks common, so hopefully there aren't a lot of languages we run into. But he does have some starting money.
It's been really weird being raised by wolves, but only learning to speak common.
Well, the wolves spoke common, dude.
I guess.
Yeah, he gets +0 to unarmed attack rolls. He wasn't very good. He was the bitch.
Perfect. He was raised by a family of accountants.
Yeah.
Wolves by day, but on a full moon, they turn into boring guys driving Honda Accords.
Yeah, his reflex and fortitude are down. His will is up. He's got a great personality, but and decent intelligence, but everything else is kind of down. So yeah, whatever.
Yeah. Agility of 6 is pretty sad. Like that sucks. Like
yeah.
I love that his starting funds are 33 copper, and then he has 100 copper as an extra thing also.
Yeah, well, that's in his prison pocket. So
yeah, right.
For a rainy day.
Is the backpacks in there too?
He's got a backpack. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. That's up to Scrodrick where it's all.
I mean, we're just gonna not talk about where he's stashing that.
Fair enough. I do enjoy. Oh, he has a longsword. Okay, we know where that's going. All right, Vomit, last guy.
Last guy's name is the man who was known as Vomit before he became a farmer.
Who was known as Vomit
before he became a He became a farmer.
He became a farmer. So if we make that an acronym, yeah, that's yeah, okay, I see
his
why.
occupation is parsnip farmer.
Perfect.
And his starting equipment includes cow.
Okay. So just to be clear, he has that with him.
Yes.
Right. So there is a cow with him.
You think he equipped it? He's wearing it like a backpack?
I mean, how big of a cow are we talking?
I don't know. I just assumed that he is riding the cow with holding a pitchfork, and that makes everything more hilarious in my head.
I am all about it.
Okay.
I'm gonna search mount in the rule book and see if that does anything.
I just kind of assume that it doesn't add anything, and he just has a cow, and he thinks that he's special for it.
I love it. Okay, I know how I'm going to handle that. All right, cool.
Okay.
Cool. So, do this for me. Write down next to, I'm going to have you write something down, and then I'm going to tell you what it means. I want you to write down, for that guy, +1D attack.
You cut out for part of that. Was there anything before +1D attack?
I want you to write down +1D attack.
Okay, good. I have written it down.
Okay. So what that means, this is a good segue into like the other like main feature of this game that we should explain before we start, is that the way this game uses dice is not traditional. It uses a lot of different dice, not just the regular 7 that you normally use. It uses something called the dice chain for checks for things. And the dice chain consists of D3, D4, D5, D6, D7, D8, D10, D12, D14, D16, D20, D24, D30, and D100. So, like most other dice games like this, when you perform an action and you need to do a skill check for it, whether it's an attack or a, intelligence check to see if you know something or can figure something out or whatever, your base roll is a D20. But in Dungeons and Dragons, there's a mechanic called advantage, where if you have an advantage for some reason, you can roll twice and take the higher result. Mm-hmm. The way this game does things like that, or any sort, well, not all, but a lot of bonuses or just situations where you should be slightly more likely to succeed or less likely, is you move steps along the dice chain. So the abbreviation for that is like 1D means that when he attacks, when he's on the cow, when he's mounted on the cow, then you roll a D24 instead of a D20 for your attack.
Okay.
That's how we'll do that.
All right.
Can also... Go ahead.
I'm just, picturing him trying to joust, holding his pitchfork while riding a cow.
Yeah, well, I mean, he has the higher ground, and we all know that that's like automatically a win, right?
That's fair.
Yeah. So he gets a D24 instead of a D20. So now the next thing that I think we should address is that I happen to know that Scrodrick's experience with tabletop dice rolling roleplay games consists entirely of Vomit's bachelor party, which was, for one, 9 years ago.
And I was also having a gallbladder attack during it.
Yes. So, and for that one, we were not playing a standard system. That was a system that I devised out of thin air over the course of that summer for that party, which turned out pretty good, I thought. So Scrodrick is a complete novice, effectively, at these sorts of games.
Yes.
We'll help you through it.
Okay.
But the basic idea is, I'll present you scenarios. You decide on actions. I'll help you through combat and things like that. Be creative with what you want to do. And then my job is to determine how you roll the dice to figure out if, like, the results of the actions that you take. Right? So if you want to, let's see, let me just look at you guys here. If you want to, I don't know, if you want to take like a piece of wood, like if the dwarf grabs a piece of wood out of his 10 pounds and he just wants to chuck it at somebody as, as a weapon or whatever, then I determine, like, okay, roll a D20, add your strength score for a ranged attack. And then you would then roll the D20, add 1, give the result, and then we decide if it hits, right? Or I decide if it hits. Or whatever action you want to take. You just be creative with it, role play the people, and then I'll help you figure out the dice rolls, and then we see what happens from there. So, pretty simple idea. So, so there's our characters. We've got... Oh, no, you've got one more, Scrodrick. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I have John the Trapper.
John the Trapper.
Well, why not?
Sure.
So actually has really good agility and stamina, like average intelligence and luck. Yeah, kind of low on the personality and the strength, but, he actually has bonuses to reflex and fortitude, like average speed, like has a +1 sling.
Yeah.
So like, and has a 4-leaf clover that gives a +0 to finding secret doors. Like,
but he really thinks it helps.
And a piece of chalk and a badger pelt.
Perfect. So that +1 swing, that's the only weapon you've got. No, you've got three of your guys have +1 weapons. So if you attack using that weapon, you add 1 to your dice roll for the attack. Is how that works. And then the thing in parentheses, like 1d4 + 1, that's the damage roll on a hit.
Mm-hmm.
And what we do, and this is, again, anybody who's played these games would know this, but just, you may not, and some people may not. When you make an attack roll, you're rolling and you're trying to beat the number that is the other person's armor class, their AC.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, for example, if John the Trapper attacked Steve Satan, he would only have to roll an 8 with his sling in order to hit Steve Satan, who has an AC of 9, because he would get +1 to his roll. Yeah, and then you would roll damage, and that would be the amount of damage that the other guy would take. Now, the next thing I'd like you to notice is next to HP in parentheses, that is the number of hit points these guys have.
Neat.
I did not notice that Steve Satan only has 1 hit point.
He sure does. I'm looking at Vomit's sheets.
I thought at first that everyone just had 1 hit point.
Nope.
Or Howard the dock worker.
Oh no, I might have not played a lot of tabletop D&D, but I did play a load of Neverwinter Nights in the day. So it's based on 3rd edition D&D.
Yeah, 3 or 3.5. I don't remember, but yeah.
Yeah. So I used to know a little bit more about how everything worked under the hood.
Oh, Neverwinter Nights 1 was
3, and then Neverwinter Nights 2 is 3.5.
Okay. So if you can handle that, Scrodrick, you can handle this. This actually is simpler than D&D 3 and 3.5.
Well, that was a long time ago, though.
Yeah.
Neverwinter Nights 1 came out when?
Right.
And it simplified the process a lot, too.
Yeah, for sure. All right, one other mechanic I want to explain, and I'll be quick about it, and then we'll start our timer, because Vomit and I agreed, I think, or at least I suggested and nobody protested, that we're going to limit ourselves to 90 minutes of actual play on this episode. And then, because the tabletop sessions can go forever, you get into it.
Mm-hmm.
That way we go to bed at a reasonable time, and also that way maybe Dracofunk can come in on another one and join us with this, because he would love this too. Okay, the other mechanic I'm going to explain is luck. So luck is a score which you can check against for certain things, like, does the bookshelf fall on your head and kill you type things. You can check against luck for stuff like that. You can also burn your luck points to influence dice rolls. So let's say John the Trapper really wants to kill Steve Satan the tax collector, and he only needs to roll an 8 to hit him, but he rolls like a 7, but he's like really motivated to kill this guy. So he might burn 2 of his 10 luck points, which reduces your luck score, and then would give you a -1 to luck checks.
Nice.
But that would bump up the roll to a 9, and then it would be a hit, right? For humans, that luck score is permanently reduced until some outside influence regenerates it. I think it's halflings that regenerate 1 point of luck per day. So if you have a halfling, they just like naturally build up luck over time until they hit their maximum. But humans and dwarves, it's like a finite resource unless something happens that brings it back. But everything else is pretty simple. D&D has like lists of specific skills like sleight of hand and perception and whatever. This doesn't have that. So as the judge for the game, basically my job is just to determine which of the stat scores some sort of thing you want to try to do matches and have you roll against that to see if things succeed. So I think we are ready to start. You guys ready?
Ready as I'll never be.
Yeah,
Cool.
Let's just go for it, man.
Sounds good, right? And Vomit, if I were you, I would keep that character generation page
Oh,
open.
yeah, it's not.
All right, I'm starting the timer. So here we go. All right, scroll down to the page that has the funnel on it, which is down here. All right. The Portal Under the Stars is the name of this adventure. Okay, let's see. I'll read some of the actual introduction. It says, for long years you labored in the fields like all the peasants, sweating hot and dirty in the summer, only to shiver under threadbare hides when the winter came. This year's harvest ended like all the rest, and autumn's work was hard on Old Man Roberts. When you visited his bedside at the end, he spoke in labored breaths of constellations that hadn't been seen since he was a young lad. The last time the empty star had risen in the sky, it was more than 50 winters past, he said. Under the light of that strange star, a portal had opened by the old stone mounds. He'd seen jewels in there and fine steel spears and enameled armor, but he'd run when the Iron Men had attacked. Now, old and dying, he wishes he'd taken the chance on a life of adventure. The empty star is once more rising, and a young man with courage could be more than just another peasant, if only he'd take the chance Old Man Roberts hadn't. You're taking that chance. You stand before the monolithic rocks of the old stone mounds under the dark night of a starry sky. The empty star is clear and bright above you. 3 of the large stone blocks lean haphazardly together to form an upright rectangular portal about the size of a man. They seem to be placed directly beneath the star's path. As the empty star ascends to its brightest point, its light catches in the portal and a shimmering stone-lined corridor is visible through the stones, but only from one side of the opening. Grasping your pitchfork with white knuckles, you step into the starlit portal which was not there before today, thoughts of jewels and scorching wheat fields foremost in your mind. Okay, so all 8 of you guys do that.
Into the murder portal.
Into the murder portal. And the cow. Don't forget the cow.
Don't forget, yeah, I had to shove that cow in there.
Yeah. Do you have? I want to believe that, like, let's see, one of you guys probably has some sort of tool that you can use to help with that, right? I mean, you could just poke him with a longsword or something.
I mean, we already have a pitchfork, so
Yeah, that's true. You just shove him in.
yeah. Farmer's an asshole.
Yeah. Okay, so you go through. Let's see. And you are in the first area, which is just inside the portal. Even though the hallway is visible side of the portal, you tread on solid flagstones. The starlight fades as it reaches into this hallway, which dead ends ahead at a stout iron-banded door. Jewels or crystals in an odd assortment of star shapes are inscribed on the door. Okay, so you're in a hallway with a door at the other end. What do you do?
I can just, any one of these characters can just do anything.
Yeah, I mean, we're not in like combat turn order. We're not in initiative right now, which is police time. So, you guys can just say, our guys go ahead or whatever.
I mean, the door, does the door seem locked?
Let's see. Does the door seem locked? Well, okay, so you go up and check out the door. Is that what you're saying? Pretty much? Okay, good. There are star shapes on the door, which look a lot like the night sky. Okay. Why don't you pick one of your guys and roll an intelligence check. So you're going to roll a d20. And by the way, I forgot. I added a dice bot to our Discord channel. So you can type in the Discord chat /roll and then like 1d20. So if you write, I'll just do an example. You'll put a slash in front of this, but yeah, there you go. It went in the general chat, but that's okay.
Because you didn't put it in the other ones.
Oh, my bad. Okay. Well, that's fine. Okay, so you get an 8. Yeah. It's a door and it is locked. That's what you can tell from your check.
The man that was known as Vomit before he became a farmer is going to get out his thief's tools and see if he can attempt to pick some sort of... Well, I guess we should look for a black hole.
For a black hole?
For a lock hole.
For a lock hole? Yeah, you see one.
Okay, yeah. The man that was known as Vomit before he became a farmer would get out his thieves' tool and attempt to pick the lock.
Okay, which guy is that? That's the
bottom right.
Bottom right. Okay, that's a parsnip farmer. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. He will need to roll, I think, an agility check because there's no dexterity to see if he can do that.
So is that just a standard D20 then?
Standard D20, yeah. Well, let's make it a 24 because he's using thieves' tool. So roll 1d24. 17. All right. Okay. He is able to open the door. Unfortunately, though, when he does, a searing light burns from the star-shaped inscription and targets him.
Oh no.
Oh no, what's his AC? 10?
10.
All right. 15, it hits. All right, he has 1 hit point. He's
rest
dead.
in peace, the man known as Vomit before he became a farmer.
Let's.
All 3 of my other characters are going to instantly yell out dibs over the cow.
Hold on, there is a small chance he could survive this.
Oh, okay, never mind.
Okay.
As he's dying, the other 3...
Here's how I'm going to play this, okay? It says here that he takes 1d8 damage and can roll a reflex save DC 10 for half damage. So if I roll a 1 on this d8 and he saves on reflex, I'm going to say that the half hit point isn't enough to kill him. Nope, he's rolled an 8. All right, so he is blasted. I'm going to say that the hand holding the thieves' tools is all that's left.
Oh no, the cow.
Yeah. The cow's fine. I think the cow's fine.
Okay, good.
Yeah,
all three of at least my other 3 characters all yell dibs at the same time.
Oh, should they like fight over it?
Oh yeah, they should just get in a fist fight with each other. That can definitely end well.
I mean, if that's what you want to do, we can roll attacks.
In the chaos, like D-Money uses his superior strength to try to push Steve Satan, the tax collector, in front of the obstacle or the thing that's attacking them.
All right, so D-Money is pushing Steve Satan. Let's call this a strength contest. Yeah. So each of these 2 guys is going to roll strength. D-Money has a +1 to his strength, so roll a D20 and add 1. You can type in. You can type / I'll type what? Yeah, that. 18. Okay, so that is D-Money's roll. Okay, and then Steve's roll, just a flat D20. And the higher number here. Yep. Okay, he managed to push him in front of the door. Let me look here. So. I'm gonna say nothing happens.
Ooh.
Okay. So yeah, so he's in front of the door and he's fine. So Vomit, are you guys still fighting it out? Are they gonna like actually come to blows about it?
I'm just assuming the cow wandered off and they just gave up.
Okay, fair enough. All right. So you're standing in front of an open door. Through the door, you can see a room. Instead of just a hallway, this is a room. It's about 25 feet wide by about 20 feet deep. And on the other side is a door, and you see 4 iron statues, 2 on either side of the far door. Each of the statues depicts a different fighting man in a round iron helmet and thick scaled armor, holding a long spear in a throwing position. All the spear tips are aimed at the door through which you are, well, you're standing in front of. You haven't gone through yet.
And Steve Satan says, "Hey, did you pay your taxes on those spears?"
They don't react.
Oh. I mean, that's his first reaction at seeing things that are worth money, is to try to collect taxes on them. So
Yeah. Yeah, they're just statues. They're just, standing there.
no, he was fixated on the spears. So well, D-Money, being a dwarf, goes in to inspect the spears up close.
Okay. All right. So is he going to any one of them in particular, or just like the closest one?
Yeah, whatever's closest.
Okay. There's they're like if you go straight ahead, there's the door, and there's 2 on each side. So you can go to the right or left side.
He goes to the left.
All right. Okay. Let's see. He inspects the spears.
Yeah.
Okay. Why don't we say? Okay, let's say he would know some stuff about these, I would think, right?
Yeah, being a dwarf,
Being a dwarf and a chest maker, he would know some things about metalworking, because you need like buckles and locks and stuff. So give me a D24 intelligence check to see what we can figure out. D24, and he has +1, so that's a 17. Yeah, he can tell these are, first of all, they're pretty sharp. Like the points of the spears are pretty sharp. They are made of, what are they made of? Does it say? Oh, it doesn't say. Okay, they're made of solid iron. They're like real heavy, really well made, solid iron, really sharp spears. That's what he can tell with his roll.
Well,
is he the only one in the room, by the way?
Well, Steve Satan had to, he was in front, so I would assume
Okay.
they're both in there now.
Okay, cool.
And my 3 guys are waiting to see if the spears get thrown at the other guys that walked in first.
Okay.
Already assuming a trend after one door killed somebody.
Well, that was a pretty smart call, because all 4 of the statues suddenly turn toward the dwarf and throw their spears. Let's see. Dwarf number 1. Or not dwarf number 1. Statue number 1. He rolled. He rolls an 18 against that guy's AC, which is 10, so that hits. And he does. Is this the guy with armor? No. Okay. He does 1 damage. The dwarf is still alive.
Woo.
Statue number 2 misses.
Woo.
Statue number 3 hits. And this is definitely going to kill him. Yep. And the dwarf goes down. Statue number 4 throws anyway. Let's see if he hits the corpse as it falls to the ground. Yep. So the dwarf falls over, lifeless, as a pincushion with 3 iron spears sticking through his body.
All right, Steve screams and panics and spoils himself.
Should I make you roll for that?
How many pounds does he lose?
All right, we could roll against fortitude, I guess.
His pants disintegrate as the feces forcibly leave his body.
Yeah, he shits his backpack. All right, well, that happened. So now the statues are frozen in their post post-throne position. All of you that were watching, it was like just very mechanical, like, robotic, and then through, and then it landed. But the statues appear to be frozen again. Oh, one more thing that the dwarf noticed, I'm going to go ahead and say because I missed this. The statues are wearing scale mail armor that is beautifully enameled with shining black stone and does not look to be a part of the statues.
Oh. It's a good thing that my guys didn't know that, because he didn't have a chance to declare what he saw before he got shish kebabbed.
Well, maybe you all saw as they moved that the armor independently.
Okay. Think that Jude Outlaw is going to very carefully go up to the closest one, the one with the dead dwarf right next to it,
Sure.
and try to take the armor off.
Yeah, he manages to get the armor off just fine.
Okay.
Not even a problem. It just comes right off.
All right. Jude Outlaw is going to put on the armor.
Cool. He now has another +4 to his AC. Did he have leather armor before?
Yes.
He'll have to take that off.
Okay.
But the scale amount is +4 to AC. So there's now a set of leather armor that somebody else could use if they wanted to.
Or, 3 more scale mail.
That's also true. Well, who wants it? You've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 people to choose from. No, 5 people for three sets of scale mail.
How do we play rock, paper, scissors over the internet?
The confidence artist with no name has no need for armor.
That's true. He resists temptation for a -1 will. Okay, so now it's down to what? 4 people and 3 sets of armor. I mean, I guess you could run like a personality contest, or actually a luck contest. I think maybe.
Oh no. My 2 remaining guys at their -1 luck. Or 6 luck each.
Oh god. Wow, yeah, they are.
One of them is Bull Thronglin, who probably desperately needs it.
Full Thronglin, which one is he? He's the armor. Yeah.
He's the armor. He's got a helmet, though.
I mean, it would make sense. I'm going to go ahead and say that his helmet gives him a +1. So he would have +5. He'd have an AC of 15 if he took a set of this. So
yeah, I'm totally taking some of that scale mail.
Okay. All right. So you'll have to remember that because I'm not going to write it down well.
Yeah, that's fine. I'm writing all this down.
Cool. All right. So there's 1 set left.
There's 1 set? I thought there was 2 sets. I took 2.
Oh, right. There's 2. Yeah. Sorry.
I guess all of Scrodrick's characters are resisting temptation.
Yeah.
No, I'm trying to think of something here. Also, I'm having a cat jump up on shit while we're doing this, which usually isn't an issue when we're watching a movie.
Right. I want to believe that the confidence artist is just like preaching to them about how they shouldn't give in to the cowardice of wearing this stuff that just killed their comrade. And
Meanwhile, Howard the dock worker is trying to take one of the spears.
And Steve Satan is trying to, just justify that he should totally have it over John the Trapper because, he's less agile and, he has soft hands,
There's two pairs left, man. Howard the dock worker didn't take one.
Oh, well, see, that's where I'm getting distracted because in the meantime, since I explained that my cat was jumping up on stuff, she jumped up on 2 things.
Oh,
and
man.
I keep having to chase her, so it's a very much pain in the ass right now.
Of course. Well, while you're dealing with that, Vomit, if Howard the dock worker wants a spear, he can totally take a spear.
He's taking a spear.
There's 1 on the floor, and there are 3 in the dwarf. Which one does he want?
Totally getting one of the bloody ones.
Okay, cool. The spear The spear. Where's the spear stats? The spear does not grant a bonus to hit, but it does 1d8 damage.
That's better than his staff.
It's better
It
than
has
his staff.
+0 to killing dwarves.
So my
Well,
temptation, I'm not actually doing this, but my temptation is to lick the blood to see if the dwarf had enough to get me drunk.
That would be a stamina check, or no, a fortitude save is what that would be.
How about he dares somebody else to do it?
Hey, Steve. Hey, Steve.
Steve
Does this blood taste alcoholic to you?
I'll do it for 1 copper.
Bull Thronglin laughs hysterically and holds up a copper.
All right.
So you're gonna drink some of his blood to see what happens?
Well, yeah.
All right.
The roll to see if
Yeah, roll a.
D-Money had some sort of like bloodborne illness.
This is going to be a fortitude saving throw. I'm going to say you need to make a 10 or higher for this not to go badly.
Fortitude. So it's okay.
Yep, D20 minus 1. Mm-hmm. $18. Okay, yeah. It tastes like it tastes like a wheelbarrow full of beer. But you're good. You don't gain any insight or anything. You just feel a little bit ashamed.
You don't get his knowledge or his alcoholism.
Hey.
No.
You think a tax collector feels shame?
Yeah,
Well, that explains that.
absolutely.
Can't gain the dwarf's powers that way.
All right, so do we dole out the armor?
Sure.
Does anybody want the other 3 spears? Or are you guys good?
No. Well,
No.
let's see. Are they better than Steve Satan's longsword, though? That's the thing.
His long sword is +0 and doesn't. No, they're equivalent.
I'd say John the Trapper's like, man, I should probably get a better weapon than this stupid sling.
I mean, I think he could carry both. A sling he could just put into his pocket or something.
Yeah, there we go.
So you could you could just have that also. So the spear would be +0 to hit, and then it would do 1d8 damage, -1 because of your strength modifier.
1d8 -1.
Yep.
Okay.
All right.
And then,
well,
the confidence artist with no name, like, he doesn't need any of that. Like, it's
Absolutely.
fine. Like,
yeah, he's resisting temptation. Yeah. What? One would begin to wonder what he's doing here.
he's here to judge everybody.
I love that. I'm into it.
He's like, man, you can't be confident in who you are already. You have to do this.
He's if he makes it, he's gonna level up into a cleric, isn't he? He's gonna be like a Judgy McJudgerson mega pastor or something, mega church preacher.
Could be.
I love it. All right. Okay. So then the next door, is there, and that's what you know about it right now.
All right. Howard the dock worker.
Okay.
With his bloody spear, standing as far away as he can, is going to attempt to push the door.
Okay. It very easily rotates, pivoting around the center of the door. It's like a revolving door, but it's only like a regular door width. It's not like a big one that's like cool in like a city building. It just spins
like
around
sideways.
Yeah, it just kind of spins, and it actually like spins really easily, and like continues spinning slowly for like a long time after he pokes it.
It's not enchanted to spin continuously faster and not slow down.
Nope, just
become a blender.
I mean, you could like try to figure that out if you want, but at basic appearances.
Basic appearances, every room has killed somebody.
That's
2
true.
for 2.
Well,
it would be an
John,
intelligence.
John the Trapper has to inspect the door.
Okay, so John the Trapper is going to roll intelligence.
Make sure it's not a trap.
10. Let's see. What does he see on a 10? He sees he sees that the door is like made of granite and it's spinning.
Oh, yeah. That's a pretty basic door type deal there.
I mean, he's seen some doors in his time, and this is one.
This is one of those doors.
That's right. Yep. It's a door.
Well, he's going to stay low
Okay.
and sneak into that room.
All right. He sneaks into the room. The room is considerably bigger than any of the other rooms. It's lit by torches on the walls. This room is, let's see. This room is 50 feet square. And there are doors basically in the cardinal directions. You can just see the one opposite where you're at, because blocking most of that door, about 2/3 of the way down in front of you, is a towering granite statue of a barbarian, one hand outstretched, index finger pointed toward you. A grimoire.
Index finger, not his middle finger?
Index finger.
Okay, I've been getting middle finger vibes from this dungeon so far.
You know what? I'm changing it. His middle finger is extended straight up at the ceiling with his hand pointed toward you. Middle finger. He's giving you the bird.
John the Trapper recoils in fear and runs out of the room. Okay. Attempts to run out of the room.
All right. As he does, the statue groans and grinds and rotates slightly to track him as he moves back out the door.
Why?
Oh, wait. No, hang on. That's not what happens. I missed the next paragraph. Okay. What actually happens is... Well, I pointed the finger toward the ceiling. All right. So coming out of his hand, I guess the back of his hand, since he's got his middle finger pointed up, a scorching burst of flame leaps out of his fingertip toward, who was that? It was John?
Yes.
Okay. Since John is on the ground crawling, I'm going to say he goes down the dice chain. So he's going to roll... What's the next lowest? The 16, I think? D16? Yeah, D16. Yeah, sorry, I just need to go check. So he's going to roll a D16. Unfortunately, he has +6 to hit. So 16 plus 6. He rolls a 16. What is John's armor class? What is his
11.
11. That is a hit. And it hits him for... All right. It hits him for 1d6 damage. 4 damage. Is that the end of... No, he's still alive, isn't he?
Yeah, he has 5 hit points.
Okay. He will take 1d6 additional burning damage until a DC 10 reflex save is made to put out the fire. I'm going to let you roll one of those now. So he can try to like stop, drop, and roll or whatever. Roll a reflex save to see if he can do it. Nope. So in about 10 seconds or so, he's going to take more damage and die, unless somebody else puts him out.
And the confidence artist with no name runs in the room and tries to urinate on him.
Okay, let me just say we are less than 30 minutes into this game and we're already making a piss roll.
Oh, excuse me.
What other water source do they have with them?
That's a fair point. I mean,
Bull Thronglin is running up while he's on fire and attempting to light his candle. It's bothering me that it doesn't have a source of lighting that candle.
Why don't you roll agility on that real quick, Vomit? Because he's like, rolling around freaking out. We'll say that's DC like 12.
1d20.
Natural 20. First natural 20 in the game, and it's to light a from a burning man.
I thought Bull was going to die doing this, but nope.
I don't even know how to describe. How can you light a candle? How can you critically succeed at lighting a candle?
17 candles all lit fall from the ceiling into my hands.
I'm going to say this. He runs up, and he holds his arms out as though he's going to like smoke to put the fire out. But then in one hand he's got the candle, and he flicks his wrist to throw the candle to his other hand. And as he does, the candle travels through the flames, catches the wick on fire, and he catches a lit candle in his other hand. And I just got a message from my wife, which says, in quotation marks, first natural 20 of the game, and it's to light a candle from a burning man.
So she didn't hear about the piss roll.
Well, we haven't done the piss roll yet. I'm going to say that's the amount of time it took, who was it, the confidence artist, to unzip. All right. Roll.
Dexterity?
There's, I guess, agility? Stamina? Stamina. How about stamina? I think stamina works.
Okay.
Yeah, do a stamina check to no, well, no.
No, probably.
Okay, let's do this. All right. You need to roll a stamina check. You need to succeed 10 or greater, and then you're going to roll a damage roll that will be contested by the amount of damage that the fire will do.
Yeah,
that's how we'll do it. All right, so roll your stamina check. You have to beat a 10.
Okay, so roll. Let's see, where's my stamina? 1d11.
No, 1d20. Add 0. Your modifier is 0.
Okay.
Yep. Yeah, your base scores are the ones in the white boxes. Your modifiers are okay. Gotcha. 18. All right, you have successfully pissed on this man while he's on fire. Roll damage.
God. Wait, hold on.
1d6.
Okay.
Sure, why not? Okay, and it needs to be more damage than the d6 for fire, which I'll roll after you roll yours. 2. All right. 1d. We'll say it has to be a 1 or a 2. Oh, you put the fire out and he survives. I love it.
Badly burned.
Yes. So he's down to one hit point, one piss point. One piss point. He's down to 1 hit point. He smells
like smoke and urine.
He smells of burning flesh and piss. Yeah. But he's alive.
What a way to live.
And after that happens, the statue fires again at the confidence artist, who is now an easy target. 1d20 plus 6, I think.
Yeah, my pen quit writing. Cool.
Does a 7 beat his AC? Actually, no, that's a natural 1. Oh, natural 1. So that is a critical fail. There is a table. There's a fumble table. In this game, they're called fumbles.
Uh-huh.
Where's the fumble table? Let's see. Fumble.
Fumbling statue.
Yeah, the statue fumbled. Fumble.
But like ricochets off of him.
It might.
Confidence artist deflected it with his confidence.
Okay, here we go.
Which he hasn't put back in his pants.
Right. Okay, fumbles. Natural 1. I'm gonna say he rolls a D8 on this. So the statue is fumbling. He's rolling a d8. He gets an 8. Okay, so here's what the table says. The table says you accidentally smash your weapon against a solid, unyielding object. A rock, a wall, even the ground. Mundane weapons are ruined. Magical weapons are not affected. Okay, so in firing the bolt of fire, because he's a statue, I'm going to say that the force kind of knocks the statue off balance, and the statue tips backwards until it's laying diagonally propped up on its head against the back wall, and its arm is pointed at the ceiling. And then it fires the firebolt, which hits the ceiling and doesn't do anything. Yeah.
The confidence artist with no name gloats.
Yeah, he's like, look what I did to the statue.
Look what the power of confidence does. You know?
Right. Perfect. Oh, I love it. Okay. All right. So yeah. So that has happened. There's now a statue leaning against the back wall next to the far door, shooting fire at the ceiling. And 3 more doors in the room.
Well.
Yep.
Well. Jude Outlaw goes to the left door.
Jude Outlaw goes to the left door. That is there. Okay. So he's going to try the door.
He's gonna see. He's going to inspect the door.
Okay, roll intelligence.
Oh wait, that's not that bad. Okay, so it's D20 plus modifier.
Yep.
17 with modifier.
Okay. You detect no booby traps here on this door, and you're fairly certain that it's just a door. And in fact, it opens when you push on it. It opens, and it opens into a narrow hall that goes about 15 feet and then curves to the left, and you can't see around the corner. It's also dark in this hallway.
Hey, Bull.
It would be nice to have infravision right now.
Should be nice to have a lit candle. Hey, Bull. Yeah. Bring a candle over here. Bull, thinking that he did something useful with the candle earlier, walks proudly over with his well-lit candle towards the hallway.
Perfect.
Jude tries to shove him down the hallway.
I mean, if you want to contest it, go ahead.
I mean, would that be a contest of strength?
Yeah, it would.
Oh, buddy, we need to do that.
Go for it.
Is it just roll both of their strength? Like D20 plus modifier?
Yeah, and then the higher number wins.
That is Jude.
19's pretty good.
Yeah, in fact, it's better than anything Bull could do.
All right, so he shoves Bull down the hallway.
Holding the candle down the hallway.
Okay. He staggers toward the curve and then, gets his footing, and after looking back and making a wisecrack, he looks ahead of him and he sees a door around the corner. Just like curve, immediately door.
It's a door.
Door.
You scared of a door? You scared of a door, Jude?
I mean, I'm pretty scared of the doors right now.
Bull just walks away from the door and goes to the door on the right side instead.
Oh, so like the right side of the statue room?
Yeah. He just screw what Jude did. I'm going to the other side.
Okay. As he's walking across the statue, you hear the base that the statue was on try to rotate, but it can't because the statue is off balance. and then the statue fires another bolt of fire. It hits the ceiling. I'm going to have Bull roll a reflex save to avoid getting hit by embers coming down from the ceiling. He'll have to beat, let's call it a 13.
There's no reflex modifier, so...
Natural 20.
Bull is on a roll.
Yeah,
He's got 2 nat 20s this game.
And they're both having to do with fire.
Yeah. Clearly, Bull knows his fire.
He lets out a karate yell, and he tosses the candle up. Yeah, he tosses the candle up in the air, and then does like a martial arts dodging roll forward. And then when he comes back to his feet, he reaches up and catches the candle in the middle in his fist, and now both ends of the candle are lit.
This actually seems counterproductive, but okay, we'll go with it.
I mean, if you're going to roll a natural 20, I mean, I'm going to... All right. Okay, so he goes to the door on the right?
Yeah.
Is he just going to open it? Or try to open it?
He's just going to try to open it.
He's going to try to open it. Okay. It opens. No problem.
Okay.
This musty room is clearly a burial chamber. 7 shrouded alcoves hold piles of loose bones. Rusty arms and armor adorn the walls beside each alcove, and funeral masks are mounted beneath the loose skulls.
It's dead guys.
It's dead guys.
It's dead guys. Bull is just standing there dumbfounded, not knowing what to do. Mr. Higher Intelligence than everybody else. Master of the candle.
Master of the candle.
Doesn't know how to deal with me. He's earned it.
There's not like a monk class in this game. All right, Scrodrick, are your guys going to do anything?
Well, I mean, the competence artist with no name is feeling pretty bulletproof right now.
Okay.
So he's just going to, like, walk up to the closest one of these, like, funeral masks and inspect it.
Okay. Let's see. As he approaches one of the funeral masks, the bones next to it kind of clatter a little bit and move a little.
Mm-hmm.
And after a few seconds, one of the skulls kind of hops forward on the ground and tries to bite him.
Ooh.
And we'll... let's see. Hang on. Where was that? Yeah, I'm going to say it's a 16. 14, does that hit him? Compared to his AC?
9, so yes.
Okay. Hits him for 1 damage.
Yes,
It
4 HP, so...
It bites his ankle.
Ah.
And now he's got a skull like on his ankle. It's weird that it's making that sound, but it totally is.
Oh, he wants to scream. You can tell he wants to scream, but he has to put on a brave face for it. And like, I knew it would do that. So he sort of, like plants his foot that the skull's chewing on his ankle and tries to kick it off of his ankle.
Okay. Roll. I'm not going to call. Well, yeah. Go ahead and roll an attack. Yeah. Go roll an attack. Just unarmed. Just a strength roll. So this is the confidence artist.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. So D20 plus 1. Yeah. He flings that skull off of his foot real easy, and it flies across the room, hits the wall, and shatters into a million pieces. And then he hears other bones and skulls starting to clatter around in the room.
Oh, okay. Well, he readies his dagger and prepares for combat against more bones.
Okay. Why don't we roll initiative? We haven't done that yet. We've just been going into combat. So let's do this way. Because you each have 3 characters right now, I'm going to have you just do 1 initiative roll per person, and then we'll add your modifiers to the characters. So the box that says in it,
Mm-hmm.
that's your initiative modifier.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'll do 1 roll for the skulls. So yeah, so I'm just going to put that here. Oops.
I just moved my head and then I got a shock of pain down my neck.
Oh, I hate that. Okay, the skulls have a -2 to their initiative, so they get a 15. Vomit, you got a 18 initiative.
Yeah, and Howard the dock worker has a +2.
Okay. So he goes first. He goes to 20. Scrodrick, do you once your neck recovers, give me
sorry.
You're fine. Give me a D20 roll for your initiative. When you're able. 19. Nice.
So that was for
All of them.
John the okay, well, because two of them have -1 to initiative, and one of them has an initiative of 1. So
okay, which ones are the modifier?
John the Trapper has an initiative of 1, and then Steve Satan and the Confidence Artist with no name both have initiatives of -1.
Okay, so Steve and the Confidence Artist.
Yes, -1.
And okay, good.
And the Trapper +1.
Okay,
so literally all of them are 18 or 20.
Yes.
between both of us.
Yes. So the 20s are going to be Howard and John. The 18s are going to be
no, he's burned with 1 HP left.
Yeah. Jude, Bull, Confidence Artist, Steve, and then the skulls got 15. So let's just go Howard the Johnson. What's his name? Howard the dock worker.
He's Howard the dock worker.
Howard the Johnson.
Yeah. I don't think he's in the room, is he?
No. Howard the dock worker is in the doorway to the previous room, not doing anything.
Okay. His speed is 30, so that's 6 squares. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, he can get to the door to the room if he wants to in 1 turn, or I assume he heard the commotion, so you can decide if he wants to try or if he's going to do something else.
He's just gonna head towards the door.
Okay. All right. So he goes over toward the door. John the Trapper, is he in the room or is he in the previous room still?
Still in the previous room. He's still recovering.
Okay. Oh yeah, he was on the ground from having been on fire, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Just
to be fair, he was on the ground before he was on fire.
So it will take his entire to stand up because he's been on the ground. So is he just going to stand up this turn?
Sure.
Okay, great. Jude is next in the order.
Jude is on the other side of the room by the other door.
Okay.
Acting like he's not upset about Bull. And not even noticing the commotion.
Okay. Oh, I need to roll for the statue also. Crap. I'm going to give the statue a 15 also. Because the statue is still shooting fire. Okay. Okay, so Jude, I'm sorry, I missed that. Is he not going to come over?
He's not doing anything.
Okay, great.
He's just standing there acting incredulous.
All right, Bull, you're up next.
Bull is coming in swinging for the nearest skull.
Okay, great. Okay, so he's going to go for, there are how many skulls? There are 7 total. One of them is dead. So there are 6 skulls. He's going to attack the nearest one.
Yeah.
Okay. Roll an attack with whatever you're going to attack with.
Is there an attack modifier? Oh, you just the attack?
It's next to your weapon.
Okay. Okay.
Oh no, that's your damage roll. Sorry, it's 1d20 -2, not 1d4.
Okay. That's why I was like, oh.
No, the parentheses is damage. Sorry about that. 15 -2, 13. That is a hit.
All right, now we'll do the 1d4 -2.
-2, yeah.
Roll 1d4 -2.
Okay. 2 damage, and that smashes one of the skulls to smithereens. There are 5 left. Bull could move if he wants to, or it can be the Confidence Artist turn.
He will just stand ready to defend his ankles.
Okay, great. Confidence artist, you're up.
All right. Well, he grips his dagger tightly and like turns and faces the nearest skull and charges.
All right, is he going to make an attack?
Yeah.
All right, roll 1d20 1 for your dagger attack.
D20 plus 1?
D20 plus 1. Yep, it's an attack roll. Regular roll attack. That's, believe it or not, that's almost a hit.
Well, good.
So he misses. I assume he shouts some kind of an excuse.
Well, that's just to throw him off guard. Like, part of psychological warfare. Don't you all know that? Like, that's what you're supposed to do when you're in a fight is posture and peacock and psychological warfare and things.
Perfect. Steve Satan.
Well, he's got the longsword, so he's going to try to run in and attack too.
Okay, is he close enough to get in there, or is he where's he at currently? Is he
he's kind of like stuck at the back of the line because he's been just sort of like hanging out. So
okay, so he'll run into the main chamber, past the statue toward the door on the right, but he doesn't make it into the room this round. Okay, so currently in the room are Bull and the confidence artist, I think, and that's it, right?
Yes.
Okay, good. So there are 5 skulls. The first one is going to attack Bull. Let me find their attack roll. There it is. It bounces up to his ankle and tries to bite him. 18. 18. So it latches onto his leg. And it does 0 damage.
Almost killed him.
Skull number 2 goes for the other ankle.
Misses.
All right. Skull number 3 goes for the confidence artist. Actually goes for the wrist. This is the one that he tried to stab, and while his wrist is down there because he missed, he's going to try to bite him on the wrist. Natural 20.
Ripped his wrist.
I look up the crit table. Hang on. Crit. The word crit is in this book a lot. Crit. Okay, I don't want that part. Okay, crit. This is the part of the game that is boring. It's when you look through the tables and you can't find what you need. There we go. Okay. No shit, that's still the wrong thing. Fuck. Damn it. Weapons, armor, combat, fumbles, attack roll modifiers, crit tables, all 0 level characters. Okay. And all wizards, all thieves and elves, clerics. Okay. Doesn't say what to do for NPCs. Cool. All right. We're just going to do max damage, which is 1d4 minus 1. So that does 3 damage to confidence artist.
1d what?
It just maximum damage because you rolled a critical hit. So which is 3. That's the maximum that the skull can do. Okay, so
he had 3 HP.
All right, down he goes.
Saving throw?
It's not a death save in this game.
Oh, okay.
I think the rules technically say that in a 0 level funnel, they're just dead if they hit 0.
Okay.
So yeah, I think.
I mean, like, honestly, I'm surprised Confidence Artist made it this long.
yeah, exactly.
He has like negative to luck.
I know.
I like that he got his wrist slit by a skull and died.
I'll tell you what. I'll give you one chance if you want to try to save this.
I mean, sure.
He's got to make a luck save of 15 in order to stabilize at 0 hit points and survive. So go ahead and roll a luck check. If he hits 15, well, so 16 minus 1. So this will be a d20 minus 1. If he can get a 15, he'll stabilize. Nope.
Nope.
Nope. That's a 6. All right.
Nope. He's
Okay.
very dead.
Well, Bull is the only one in the room now.
All right.
Living.
Well, skull number 4 is going to attack Bull. It's gonna have to bite through his shoe, I guess. Which I'm gonna say means it goes down.
I was counting the scale mail.
Oh, right. Okay.
Yeah, he's got an
that's
AC of
fine.
14 with the scale mail, and I forgot to ask what the helmet gives him.
Let's call it +1.
Okay, so he's got AC of 15.
Okay, and we're rolling a flat 1d16 roll to hit, so he misses. All right, final skull, same deal. 6 misses also. Okay, the statue fires another shot. This is his third. It hits the ceiling. It splatters some embers. Nobody's around, so it's harmless. Back to the top of the order. That is Howard.
Howard comes running in to the pile of skulls around Bull.
There are 4 skulls around him right now.
With the bloody spear,
attempting
to stab one.
All right, make an attack.
Roll. I gotta write that roll part. Oh.
Natural 1.
Pointed
Natural
at the friend,
1.
too.
Fumble table, where you at? Fumble table, where you at? Fumble table. Fumble table. Where's the fumble table? Not in that document? That's weird. Okay, there we go. Okay. Roll a d4.
Perfect.
All right. Your weapon is damaged. I'm going to say the spear bends like badly. Yeah, like he hits the floor and like the point of the spear just like bends at like a right angle.
Now it's a golfing spear.
You're right, yeah. The weapon can be repaired with 10 minutes of work, but is useless for now.
Okay. Well, it's a good thing I've still got this pole.
Yeah. All right. So that's that was Howard. Yeah, okay. John is up.
Oh, well. Let's
And
see, John the Trapper has the spear now, too, so...
Yeah,
okay.
so he can run into the room and he can attack.
Yeah, so, well, let's see, the sling would be a ranged weapon, though, wouldn't it?
That is a good point.
Yeah, so he's going to be smart and stand off to the side and use his sling.
It's a good idea.
Poor Bull.
I'm going to say if you roll a natural 1, it hits the bull. But go ahead and roll your attack there on on one of the skulls. Which skull are you targeting, by the way? There's one on each ankle for bull, and then there's 2 more like trying to bite his feet, but not biting them.
Let's go for one of the ones that's trying to bite, because it still has to get through his boots, so,
Okay. All right.
Alright, well, roll 1d20. Any modifiers on him?
+1 to the sling.
Yeah, +1.
Okay. 19. Nice. Okay, roll damage. It's
1d4 minus 1.
Correct.
D45. Okay.
Yeah, 1d45.
Oh.
1 damage. You take a chunk out of the skull, like one of the skull bones, you knock a pretty big hole in like the brain cavity, but it's still like trying to bite. But it doesn't look very good. Okay, Jude.
Still doing nothing.
Okay. Bull.
Bull. Pick a skull. Well, considering his weapon is a hammer, he's not going to go for the one that's on his ankle already.
I feel like a hammer is a pretty effective weapon against a skull, so why don't we bump this up 1d? So roll a d24 to hit.
With the modifier?
Yeah.
Okay.
I would just like to point out that the AC of these skulls is 8.
Yes. But we are level 0 meat grinders. I'm taking all of the advantage I can get.
Absolutely. So 17
which is a
hits.
disadvantage with the modifier.
Right. 17 hits. Go ahead and roll damage. This is the one that's one of the ones on the... Is this the same one that Scrodrick hit with the sling? Or that John hit?
No, the one that John hit with the sling is on his foot that he was afraid of hitting with a hammer.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So he's going for the one near the other foot.
Okay, great. Ooh. Okay, you cave in the top of the skull, the brain cavity, but it's still biting you.
Cool.
All right. Is dead. Steve.
All right.
Steve could run into the room from here and attack if he wants.
All right. Yeah, he's gonna run in. He's gonna immediately just try to chop one of the skulls off of Bull's ankle with the longsword.
Great. Roll an attack. AC is 8. That'll hit.
Okay.
Roll damage. They have 2 hit points, by the way. These things do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the 2 that are on his ankles are the ones that are down a hit point each.
Yep. So literally any amount of damage. Yep. Good job.
Yay. 1.
You smash it to bits and it stops moving. All right. Back up 2. So we're down to 4 skulls. 3 are on Bull. 1 is on the floor. And of the 2, I think 3 of them only have 1 hit point left, or something like that.
2 of them had 1 hit point. I thought there was only 4 skulls at this point.
There are 4, yeah.
Okay, so, and then we just took out 1.
Took out 1, yeah. Okay.
So it was down to 3.
Down to 3. Okay, you're right. Yeah,
and one of them has 1 hit point.
Okay, got it. Okay. Okay. So knocked one of them off the ankle, so the 2 foot biters are still there, and the other ankle biter. So ankle biter is going to roll his attack. I'm going to say he gets a D24. 18?
That's a hit.
Okay.
Does 2 damage. And a dead.
And down he goes. All right. So that was Bull.
That was Bull.
As he falls to the ground limp, the candle falls out of his hand, and both flames go out before the candle hits the ground as well.
I'm only sad that he never managed to get negative damage on something.
I know. Neither of these guys. Okay. Well, no, I guess they can't. -1 would be 0. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So then the other 2. No. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. One of the skulls. Let's see who's in the room. Steve is in the room, right?
Stephen Howard. Okay. One skull. One of the remaining skulls goes for Howard, and one goes for Steve. I'm going to say the one with 1 hit point goes for Steve, and the one with 2 hit points goes for Howard. So this is going to be against Steve. 17 latches onto your ankle.
Yeah.
And does 3 damage.
Well,
is that the end of Steve?
You only have 1 hit point.
All right, dead. All right, the other one's going for Howard.
Miss.
There's a 4. Yeah, okay. The 4 does not hit. Good. All right. That's the skulls. The statue fires off its 4th shot of fire, which hits the ceiling and sprays some embers and doesn't hit anybody.
Jude, standing on the other side of the room, is like, I know.
Back around to Howard.
Howard can't use his spear, so he still has that pole.
Mm-hmm.
Which he has to get out again.
This is a great quirk of tabletop rules, is that you started with a pole, which is a spear without a usable end. You picked up a spear and broke the end, rendering it unusable. So you have to switch from the spear with no end to the pole, which is a spear without an end. Anyway.
Yes. It has a higher bottom damage.
Sure.
Yeah. So as long as I hit one, I should kill it.
You should, yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So there's one on me, and I am going to swing at it.
Okay. That's a hit.
I mean, no point in me doing that, but it's dead.
All right, so that one's gone. We're down to 2 skulls. John.
All right. Well, he's still at the entrance to the room with his sling.
Yep.
So, guess take aim at the closest skull to him.
Mm-hmm.
So
say that's the one that was on Howard. Oh no, that one's gone. We'll say that's the one that took down Steve.
Okay.
That's a hit. So roll damage.
Yep.
Damn it. Jude, there are 2 skulls left.
What?
I think.
Jude continues to stand on the other side of the big room doing nothing.
Cool. All right. All right. 1 skull goes for Howard. Misses.
Miss.
The other skull goes for John.
Reflex?
Misses. Doesn't matter.
Okay.
Statue fires off another firebolt. Doesn't do anything. Howard, you're up.
Well, let's swing at another skull.
Yep.
With the pole.
This is low-level RPG. Like miss, no damage, miss, no damage, miss. Fall over.
No damage, dead.
Yeah, exactly.
Any damage, dead.
Yep. All right, fumble table.
Fumble table.
Roll a d4. Two. You trip, but you may recover with a DC 10 reflex save. Roll a reflex save.
Roll 1
D20 plus
10. Oh, I thought it was D10.
A DC 10, so D20 plus your reflex. You have to beat a 10. Okay, you recover. All right, you're good.
Good thing I had a pole pointed down.
Yeah, you go to hit a skull. Whoa! Knock yourself off balance and catch yourself with the pole. All right, John.
Okay, so skull's heading at me.
Skull's heading at you.
How close is it?
It's like right up on you.
Okay. Probably switch to the spear.
Sounds reasonable.
Okay, switch to the spear.
Yep. That's just a base strength roll. So
so -1.
Yep. D20 -1. Hits. 1d8 damage. 5. You blast it to dust. Somehow you stab.
I do this earlier.
I don't know. Somehow you stab a skull with the end of a spear, and it bursts into dust.
Yeah.
1 skull remaining. Jude.
Like Jude's gonna do anything.
All right, skull's turn. This is the skull on Howard. 13.
That's a hit. That's a
That's
dead.
2 damage. So you each have one character left.
No.
No. Yeah, one character. All right.
No.
Statue fires off. No, wait. How much? The statue does not fire this round. It just is.
Jude doesn't even notice that the statue can't fire anymore.
Okay. John, there's one skull.
One skull still not up on me.
Mm-hmm.
Use the sling.
All right, go for it.
Oh no, you're gonna hit Bull.
It's 3.
All right, Jude. Doing anything?
How far is it across the room?
It is. I gotta. Oh wait, it's down here. I gotta find the thing. It is. It's 50 feet.
Okay, Jude walks 15 feet
Okay.
and is now 35 feet from the door
Okay.
to the skull room.
Yes. Is that all he does?
That's all he does.
Because a challenge.
All
Jude
right.
has started to casually move his way towards the combat.
All right. The final skull attacks John. Hits
Yes.
for 3 damage.
Well, he had 1 hit point left. So.
Oh.
I am
right.
happy that even though all of my characters had 1 HP, I outlived Scrodrick.
It is only right that my characters have died.
All right. The skull, after killing Scrodrick, has a movement round. So it starts hopping and clacking its way out the door toward Jude, and it makes it 5 feet before the end of its turn.
So there's 30 feet between Jude and the skull.
Yes.
Jude makes a JoJo reference.
Gotcha.
Okay, Jude still walking
Mm-hmm.
towards the skull. 15 feet between the skull and Jude.
All right. The skull moves another 5 feet on its turn. The statue does nothing.
10 feet between Jude.
Does Jude stay there?
Jude, on his turn again, walks the remaining 10 feet.
All right.
And swings his sword at the skull.
All right. Make an attack.
He dies. Trying to look cool.
13 hits. You have to do 1 damage.
With a 1d6 plus 1.
That's all you have to.
Wonder if I can pull this off.
6 damage.
Yeah.
You blast the skull into smithereens. All right. You are the only remaining survivor. All right. Well, the good news is that it's been about 10 minutes at this point in game time since you guys came in. And Jude, you can see and hear through the open doors leading back to the portal, sort of a shimmering whoosh sort of noise, and the portal opens. And 4 more adventurers start to walk through the portal. Scrodrick, would you like to roll up another character sheet?
Yes.
Okay, you still have the link? Okay, so go ahead and do that. I'm actually going to pause the game timer and take a piss real quick, and then I'll come back and we'll go through those characters.
Sounds good.
Just a note, by the way, something you guys may want to consider is there are now a bunch of corpses in this dungeon that have, like, money on them. You know, that you could, like, take.
Jude's too cool for... I'm just kidding. He's looting the pockets as the other guys are catching up.
Well, in that case, while Scrodrick's figuring his stuff out, let me go through what you now have then, Jude now has an additional, let's see, 7, 7. 107 copper from your dead guys. Plus
Oh,
And it-
God.
plus an additional 570. 233 from Scrodrick's 4 dead guys.
So 340 extra copper on top of my 40.
Plus a holy symbol worth 25 gold, a large sack, a backpack, a badger pelt which has been on fire. No, wait. John wasn't the one that was on fire, was he? I don't remember.
John the Trapper, yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, I'm not taking anything that was leather from John.
Yeah, that's probably smart.
All I got written down was the holy symbol.
Oh, a sack, a large sack, a quality cloak if you want it, a backpack, 10 pounds of wood.
I'm just going to leave that there with the amount of fire I've seen going around.
Yeah. The best weapon from anybody that died is probably...
Oh no, Jude's keeping his lucky short sword, that's it.
Okay, that's fair. You do have 2 more weapon slots though on your sheet. There's also the scale mail. If he doesn't have a set of that already.
He already had a set.
Okay. Does he want that iron helmet?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna take that AC up to 15.
Yeah. All right. Well, we got Scrodrick's sheet. You want
I want to what?
to go through your guys?
Oh, okay. So, hold on. I'm opening up my original character sheet, which I deleted
Oh shit!
because I wanted to like reference some things, but there we go. Okay, so we're naming the Wizard's Apprentice Zapp because that's what Vomit wanted. So,
Perfect.
He's a wild child, so let's see, speed. Each +1 equals +5 feet of speed.
Yeah, so it's sort of a convention in these games that like if we were to use a map, like we would use a visual map, then we would have grids, and on the grid, like 1 square or 1 hex is 5 feet across.
Gotcha.
So your +1 is like 1 square.
So that's why it speeds 35 and everybody else's is typically 30.
Yep,
Got it.
exactly. Yep.
Okay.
Zapp's a wild child.
Yeah.
So you can move faster. That's the Black Grimoire, so who knows?
It's full of motorcycle spells.
Got a hand mirror.
Hand mirror.
Yeah.
Perfect. Nothing says
let's
wild
see.
child like a hand mirror.
Yeah, and then we have Axeman the Woodcutter.
Axeman, all right.
Yeah, I remember the old WWEF games, with the custom character creators, and Axeman was one of the names you can choose.
Perfect. You've got some static on your mic, by the way, Scrodrick.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, are you
Is
using
your cell phone near a wire?
Yeah, sorry about that. All right,
Okay.
so let's see.
Zapp, Axeman.
Yep.
Okay. And then we have Helmet, the dwarven mushroom farmer.
Is that spelled like the thing you wear, or like
Yes.
the Scandinavian?
Helmet. No, not like Helmut.
Okay.
It's Helmet.
Can I ask Helmet to speak a little alignment for me? Because I don't understand how that's a language.
Okay, I should explain that. There are languages that you get as a result of the alignment you choose at level 1.
Oh, so he can speak in.
Yeah, he can speak evil, basically, or good, or whatever. Well, it's lawful, neutral, chaotic, I think, are the only 3.
Speak friend and enter.
Right.
I
Yeah.
speak friend.
I speak friend. Yes. I forgot to mark that Steve, Satan, and John the Trapper died. Yeah, Jude is in there humming taps while like looting their corpses. All right. Okay. I love that. I love that these two characters, by the way, speak English instead of common.
Yeah, I had some on my original sheet that was like common English. You know, I was like,
I think that's a glitch. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, and your last guy? Or girl?
Elgendrylwynn.
Elgendrylwynn. ELGIN.
No.
No, okay.
Hold on.
L. Okay. Let's see here.
Did this elf parent just sneeze and decide that's what the name's going to be?
No, he's an elf.
I love it. Elgendrylwynn. Perfect. That's almost as good as when Will Acquisitions Incorporated and his drow his drow character, I think, not drow, Eladrin character was Aofel Elramain, and they couldn't pronounce it, so they just kept calling him Al, and then like with him about like, oh yeah, your name is, and he would get pissed off. Yeah, Elgendrylwynn.
Don't
Awesome.
let anybody that's an expecting mother see that name, please.
True.
Blur it out, like censor it. If you put it on the screen. We leave it to your interpretation on how to spell it.
Yes.
I will not give you the forbidden spelling of Elgendrywynn's. We'll have Zapp use the Black Grimoire to censor it.
Just smack people
Or
over the head if they read it.
Elgendrylwynn can just snort some of his herbs.
Oh yeah, he
won't be able to spell his name anymore.
he has a pound of herbs.
Yeah,
And
Jesus
no
Christ.
spices.
he's an elf.
He's a high elf with that much.
Okay, I all but insist that he's carrying a pound of marijuana.
No, it's herbs.
What do you think
herbs.
Flint and Steel is for?
That's a good
Yeah,
point.
it's
Yeah.
herbs for legal reasons.
For like a pound of like dried
I mean,
leaves, man, that's a lot.
That'll
He's
last
got
him a
heightened
day or
senses. He
two.
needs something to dull them.
That's a good point.
Otherwise, the sensory just overloads him.
By the way, heightened senses in the book says elves are astute and observant. All elf characters receive a +4 bonus to detect secret doors.
Ooh.
Moreover, when simply passing within 10 feet of a secret door, elves are entitled to a check to detect it.
Mm.
I'm gonna have to keep my eye on where secret doors are, if
Mm.
there are any. Okay. Well, I guess we'll restart the game clock because these guys are going to come in. So Jude is in the statue room, and he's counting coins.
Yes.
And these four guys wander in.
So, sitting on the floor, putting coins in a backpack.
And then the backpack in a sack.
And then the backpack in a large sack, and then covering it with a quality cloak,
Yep.
wearing a holy symbol. He says it's up to them, but he says it in Hobgoblin.
Can you give us a taste of what sup is in Hobgoblin? Perfect. All right. Oh wow. Okay. Jude. Okay. Jude never made it into the skull room, did he?
No.
Oh, no,
He casually walked towards it and had a dramatic showdown. Skull with the only remaining skull and acted like the most badass victor that he could kill an injured thing with 2 hit points to start.
I mean, in his defense, he scored like the biggest hit on any of the skulls that anybody did. It just didn't matter.
Like, he needs defense. He's an outlaw.
Yeah, really. Jeez.
So
he's gonna be the path of the bear.
So as my group walks in, Zapp is like looking at his like belt, like kind of like in amazement, and he's like, "Why do I have a dagger, but the Elven Forester has a staff +1?"
I mean, you could have him trade weapons if you want.
Well, I mean, Elgendrylwynn is like, "This is my staff, dude. Why? Why would you want this?"
Yeah.
So Helmet, the dwarven mushroom farmer's like, "You can have my staff."
It's a shovel.
As staff.
As staff, yeah.
So I'm gonna have them trade weapons.
Perfect. The dark badass wizard's apprentice carrying a shovel.
Well, he needs a staff.
I'm imagining him wearing wizard's and a leather jacket over the robes. Okay, so nobody has gone in that door that was down the hallway to the left. There's the door, like behind the statue that's now leaning on the wall. You didn't do much in the skull room except smash the skulls. Yeah, that's where you're at.
Right, I just did some surgery on my character sheet.
Nice.
It turns back around and starts walking back towards the door that he had originally opened and tried to get Bull to go through.
Okay. We're out of initiative, so he can just go all the way.
He's just casually walking that way because that's all he can do at this point. As he jingles.
Yeah. Good to see you. I'm just gonna go over here. Chink, chink, chink.
Never mind the scale mail.
Where'd you get that?
There's 3 more if you want some. Just don't mind the blood. I guess all the blood's on the ankles anyway. Chink.
That's a fair point.
Fatal ankle wounds.
I guess one got it in the wrist.
That's true.
Mm-hmm. Oh man! All right, so let's see. I guess the forester, woodcutter, and mushroom farmer would want that armor.
Okay,
because the wizard wouldn't.
They each get +4 to their AC when they put the armor on.
Ooh, okay. So let's see. Oh god, I can't draw. All right. So +4, 13. Oh god, I can't read that. I can't draw in paint.
Oh yeah, I know what you mean.
Oh.
There is a text editor.
Yeah, no, I know. That's what I'm doing now. It's just this.
Yeah. Yep. Takes a bit. All right. So is Jude gonna, while you're doing that, is Jude gonna go all the way and then into that chamber?
He's gonna go all the way to the other door
and go through it
and put his hand. He's going to walk back out. He's going to pick up Howard's book.
Okay.
He's going to walk back in carrying the book that he should have had the entire time, but he was too distracted by the coins.
Mm-hmm.
And he's going to throw the book at the door.
Okay, the book hits the door. The door cracks open a little bit, but the book is not heavy enough to like knock the door open.
It's fine. Nothing evaporated the book. That's all we needed to check.
Nothing evaporated the book. There's light on the other side, but that's kind of all that he could see.
Okay, he picks back up the book and pushes the door the rest of the way open.
Cool, and he falls to his... No, he's fine. He goes...
I just go to bed at that point.
Yeah. No, he goes through the door. The room is about 15 feet square.
Walking distance.
That's not 15 feet. That's 25 feet. My bad.
Oh.
A wide stone throne faces you from the center of this square room. The walls are hung with primitive clay tablets head high and inscribed with strange symbols. Each tablet is a few feet wide and there are dozens hanging on 4 walls. However, your attention is riveted to the enormous snake that has crawled out from behind the throne. It is ringed in crimson bands the color of hellfire and has a demonic horn in the center of its fanged head. It's a snake-acorn. That last sentence isn't in the text. It doesn't say it's a snake-acorn. I just called it a snake-acorn. Go ahead.
Keep going.
I was going to say, it speaks.
Oh.
It says, I am... Yeah.
All we got is I am...
Oh, sorry. Try again. I am Srag. Did you get that?
Hello, Srag. I am Jude.
Hello, Jude. You intrude on my guardian. And it lunges at Jude.
Jude is going to first throw the book at it because that's what's already in his hand.
All right. I'm going to say that goes down the dice chain then. So he'll roll 1d16.
Any modifiers to that?
Plus 6.
1d16 plus 6?
Well, that's what the snake's going to roll to attack.
Oh.
He gets a 10.
Well, that's fine. Jude has, with that helmet and scale mail, 15.
Okay, great. So it misses. You can you're in the back right too, and then we can flip over to Scrodrick's guys.
Sorry, what was that? You cut out for half of it.
I said since you're the only person in the room, so if you want to make a counter real quick, and then we'll see what Scrodrick's up to.
And then we'll actually roll for initiative.
Yeah.
6.
That misses.
Okay, it's been an unimpressive round.
All right, let's roll initiative. Let's see. Vomit got 12.
Do.
Let's see. Snake gets, I don't know, what's he get? Snake gets 11. Scrodrick, you want to roll initiative for us? 5. And do your guys have modifiers?
Helmet has an initiative of -1.
Excellent.
And he's slow.
All right, so let's see. So that's going to be 5 is going to be, let's see, Zapp. Forgot the guy's name. Woody the Woodcutter. What was his name again? Axeman.
Yes.
Woody the Woodcutter.
And then Elgendrylwynn and a banana. And then 4 is going to be whatever the guy's was. Helmet. Perfect. Okay, and then Vomit. Okay, you've got Jude, and that's it. And he doesn't have any initiative modifier. He's 12. Okay, so first in the order is Jude again, although I think we just did those two. So, okay, we'll go down to Zapp, Axeman, and Elgendrylwynn. What's what are they? They probably don't even know there's combat happening at this point.
No.
Okay, great. So 12 is going to be Jude. All right. So, all right, that's back around to Jude.
Hey, Jude.
Take a pot shot, I guess.
9.
That's a miss.
Goodbye, Jude.
Snake. +6. Rolls an 8.
That's a miss.
All right. You're up, Jude. God damn it.
That's a 4.
1d20 +6. That's a miss.
I like the idea that the adventurers in the other room are just hearing these pains.
What?
What the fuck's happening here?
Yes.
12.
Nope.
It's a slithery little guy.
19.
Oh, rest in peace, Jude.
Yep. He roll.
Unless he has a negative modifier on his weapon, Jude's dead.
Yeah. He's D8.
Yep.
Yep. Dead.
Out
Okay.
sound of a very large bag of coins covered in cloak hits the ground, as well as the ringing of a lucky symbol.
All right.
Some leather armor, and you can faintly hear one day's worth of rations fall out. As Jude's
Perfect.
final word in Hobgoblin.
Which means? Okay, figured. All right, we have. I think that's close enough to call episode 1 as far as gameplay. Do you want to pull up one more character chart and name those people, or do you want to put that off for the next time around?
Yeah, I'll do it now so that I can go. What the hell was I thinking next time?
Okay. Okay. So we'll end the game clock, and then we'll do your characters, and then we'll save all that, and we'll call it a night. So.
I can just imagine it. His group of new adventurers comes into the room, and mine's like, I think that guy just died in there.
Oh man, did I just roll a doozy?
Oh no.
That was the best. That was the best battle ever. Miss.
And I don't want it to be some sort of epic, like, you know, like they kept dodging and countering and, you know, parrying and shit. I want it to be like flailing.
It was 2 Star Wars kids. All right. Okay. All right. Let's go through this. Who you got?
Oh.
I don't want to ruin it. Take it away.
Okay, first we have another parsnip farmer.
They're
All
very
right.
common in these parts.
I mean,
Yeah.
maybe parsnips grow really well here. I don't know.
Parsnips aplenty.
Uh-huh.
And he's officially known as that guy with a duck. Nobody knows his real name, not even him. He lost it in the war. He has a
lost
duck.
his name in the war.
The Great Parsnip War of 1862.
Yes.
He has a duck and 1 flask of oil.
Well, you know, is that the oil that he got off the duck after he cleaned it from the oil spill, or is it the other way around where he just tortures the duck by soaking it in oil? Or does nobody know?
I'll never tell.
I love it.
His lucky sign is Guardian Angel.
Perfect. Guardian Angel, -2 to saving throw to escape traps. That's the worst Guardian Angel ever.
Yeah, Guardian Angel has been sipping that oil.
Perfect. Parsnips. Oh, that's what that's from. Okay. All right. Who do we got next, Vomit?
Next we got Scribbity Scribity, the scribe.
Scribbity Scribity.
Scribbity Scribity, the scribe. Scribbity Scribity, the scribe. He has 10 sheets of parchment and a candle.
So they can burn up the notes after he writes them.
Yeah, these
Yeah.
notes will self-destruct, except
Mhm.
Bull's dead, so that candle ain't gonna do any good.
Death notes.
Lucky sign is Raging Storm.
You're like, what's your name?
Perfect. Lucky sign, Raging Storm. I love that. Gives him +1 to spell damage with the spells that he knows as a scribe. I guess if you're going to learn spells through some means other than being a wizard, that's probably a good way to learn them because, you know, you write books.
Yeah.
All
I wish
right.
he spoke something other than common. He's
Not a very good scribe.
not very good. Well, I mean, he's not a translator. He can ever. Anyway.
True.
Next we have the cheesemaker Al.
Al. Okay.
Al. He's got some stinky cheese on him and a small sack. His lucky sign is Lucky Sign.
All right. And his lucky sign, which is a lucky sign, +0 to saving throws. I love it.
Al is the most bland character. His only redeeming feature is his stinky cheese, really.
Which just kind of makes him a little less, like, interesting. you
Yeah.
know?
Yeah, that's all you've brought to this dungeon is stinky cheese. Yeah,
Oh, he has a cudgel.
just got stinky cheese and a cudgel.
Yeah.
And the beekeeper. He has a real name, but nobody can hear him under that bee mask.
He's having an allergic reaction. It's funny.
Yeah, he's been stung in the mouth too many times.
Yeah. That's why his scores are so low.
That's why
God
I said
damn.
mid. He's lost. He's lost a lot to the
Oh my
bees.
god.
A personality of 3. Wow.
You'd think that would be Al.
You would think, but
Well,
I mean,
Scribbity Scribity has 4, so he's really is just a fantastic group.
these guys are great. I love them. I love them so much.
He's got a jar of honey. His lucky sign is Resisted Temptation, which
Which
-2 on willpower saving throws.
wow.
Or what I love is beekeeping staff.
Yes, his beekeeping staff -1. You gotta sweat the bees off somehow.
Perfect. Well, yeah, I'll be happy to do an episode 2 sometime. Hopefully, Dracofunk's available. We get him going on this.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he can join this motley crew of idiots that just walked in.
I really think the beekeeper is my favorite character now.
He's pretty good.
I'm going to be rooting for him.
Absolutely. All right. Oh, well, that was fantastic. Save your character sheets.
Yep.
I'll save these notes that I actually don't really matter. I don't need to save these notes. It's just like lists of names. But yeah, because you guys have the names.
I made sure
so.
to put my names on this paper, so yeah, we're good.
Cool. All right. Well, can these fucking idiots make it through this dungeon? Find out
next time on
Hwy47 does dungeons. That's not the name of the show. It's definitely not. That's not it. Definitely not. Not going to be that one. We'll workshop it. Good night, everybody.
I hope you faded out during the "That's not the name."